Today I'm going to share powerful methods to finally achieve that work-life balance you've been searching for. I know exactly how you feel right now. Are you struggling with things like constantly checking work emails during family dinner? Finding yourself thinking about deadlines while trying to relax on weekends? Feeling guilty when you leave work on time? Or perhaps you're exhausted every evening but still can't disconnect from work mode? These struggles are incredibly common, and the good news is that there are proven solutions that actually work. Let me explain why achieving work-life balance feels so impossible these days. The first major cause is that technology has completely erased the boundaries between work and personal time. Your smartphone means your office is literally in your pocket 24/7, making it incredibly hard to truly disconnect. The second issue is that we've been conditioned to believe that being constantly available equals being a good employee. This mindset trap keeps us in a perpetual state of work readiness, even during our supposed downtime. The third problem is energy mismanagement. Most people try to solve work-life balance through time management alone, but they're missing the crucial element. It's not just about having enough hours in the day, it's about having energy for the things that matter when those hours arrive. Here's a common mistake many people make. They think work-life balance means spending exactly equal time on work and personal life. That's actually not realistic or even necessary. Balance is about creating sustainable rhythms that honor both your professional goals and personal needs. Another mistake is trying to implement too many changes at once. When you attempt a complete lifestyle overhaul overnight, you're setting yourself up for failure. The key is starting with small, manageable changes that compound over time. Now let's dive into the practical methods that will transform your daily rhythm. The first method is the power hour boundary technique. Here's exactly what you need to do. Set a non-negotiable power down time each evening. I recommend starting with 7 p.m. if that works for your schedule. When that time arrives, physically place your work devices in a designated drawer or charging station away from your living space. This physical separation creates a psychological boundary that's incredibly powerful. Next, create a 15-minute transition ritual. Change into comfortable clothes, take 5 deep breaths, and write down tomorrow's single most important priority. This ritual signals to your brain that work mode is officially over. Then protect the first hour after work exclusively for personal activities. No checking emails, no quick work calls, no mentally planning tomorrow's presentation. This hour is sacred. You might use it for exercise, reading, playing with your kids, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of tea. The key is consistency. After just 1 week of practicing this method, you'll notice a significant reduction in evening stress. After a month, your family will comment on how much more present you seem, and your sleep quality will noticeably improve. The second powerful technique is energy zone mapping. This method recognizes that not all hours are created equal. Start by tracking your energy levels every hour for 3 consecutive workdays. Simply rate your energy from 1 to 10 each hour and jot it down in a notebook or phone app. After 3 days, you'll see clear patterns emerge. Most people discover they have 2 to 3 peak energy windows during their day, often mid-morning and early afternoon. Once you've identified these zones, here's the game changer. Schedule your most important, cognitively demanding work during peak energy times. Save routine tasks like responding to simple emails or organizing files for your low-energy periods. Protect your peak hours fiercely by declining non-essential meetings during these times whenever possible. Communicate with your team that these are your focus blocks for deep work. For example, if your peak energy is from 9 to 11 a.m., make this your golden time for strategic planning, creative work, or complex problem solving. Save the 3 p.m. slump for administrative tasks. Within a week of implementing this system, you'll find yourself completing important projects faster and with better quality. After a month, you'll consistently leave work earlier because you're accomplishing more during your optimal hours. The third method is the weekly sprint and recovery system. This approach acknowledges that maintaining the same intensity every single day leads to burnout. Here's how to implement it. Designate Monday through Thursday as your sprint days. These are when you tackle challenging projects, attend important meetings, and push yourself professionally. Give these days your focused energy, knowing that recovery is built into your week. Then make Friday your wrap-up and planning day. Use Fridays for lighter tasks, tying up loose ends, planning next week, and having those relationship-building conversations with colleagues. This isn't slacking off, it's strategic energy management. On weekends, create sacred time blocks that are completely work-free. For instance, Saturday mornings from 8 to noon might be family time, while Sunday evenings from 5 to 9 become your personal restoration period. During these blocks, your phone goes into do not disturb mode, and work thoughts are actively redirected. Communicate this schedule clearly to both colleagues and family so everyone knows what to expect. You might say to your team, I give my absolute best Monday through Thursday, and I use Friday to ensure nothing falls through the cracks. The results are remarkable. After 1 week, you'll notice your weekend anxiety about Monday decreases significantly. After a month, you'll find yourself more energized on Monday mornings because you've had genuine recovery time. The fourth technique is the task batching revolution. Instead of constantly switching between different types of activities throughout your day, which drains enormous mental energy, group similar tasks together. Dedicate specific time blocks for specific activities. For example, check and respond to emails only 3 times per day, perhaps at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4:30 p.m. Between these times, close your email completely. Set up 2 30-minute blocks for returning phone calls rather than interrupting your flow throughout the day. Batch all your administrative tasks like expense reports, timesheets, and routine paperwork into a single weekly session. When you batch tasks, your brain doesn't waste energy switching contexts. You might feel resistant at first, worrying about being unresponsive. But here's what actually happens. Your colleagues quickly adapt to your communication rhythm, and they start sending more thoughtful, complete messages rather than rapid-fire fragments. Within a week, you'll notice you're finishing work tasks faster and with less mental fatigue. After a month, you'll have reclaimed hours of productive time each week that you can redirect toward personal activities. The fifth method is the 10-minute morning investment. Before you check your first email or message, invest 10 minutes in yourself. This isn't meditation or exercise, though those are great too. This is about setting your daily intention and protecting your priorities. Write down 3 things. Your 1 must-do work task for today, 1 personal activity you'll definitely make time for, and 1 thing you're grateful for. Then review your calendar and identify any potential balance threats, like meetings that might run late or deadlines that could expand. Preemptively decide how you'll handle these situations. For instance, if you have a 4 p.m. meeting that tends to run long, set a phone alarm for 4:50 p.m. and prepare your exit statement in advance. This small morning investment pays enormous dividends. You'll find yourself making more intentional choices throughout the day rather than simply reacting to whatever comes up. After a week, you'll notice you're accomplishing both work and personal priorities more consistently. After a month, this practice becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth, and your days feel more purposeful and balanced. The sixth and final method is the communication protocol reset. Much of our work-life balance stress comes from unclear communication expectations. It's time to establish and communicate your protocols clearly. Create an email signature that includes your typical response times. For example, I check email at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4:30 p.m. on weekdays. For urgent matters requiring immediate attention, please call my office line. Set up an out-of-office message for evenings and weekends that provides clear information about when you'll respond and what constitutes a true emergency. Have explicit conversations with your manager and team about availability expectations. You might say, I'm committed to delivering excellent work during business hours, and I've found I'm most effective when I fully recharge in the evenings. How can we ensure both needs are met? Most managers are more understanding than you might expect, especially when you demonstrate strong performance during work hours. Also, lead by example. Don't send non-urgent emails to colleagues during their off hours. Use the schedule send feature to deliver messages during business hours instead. This creates a culture of respect for personal time. Within a week of implementing clear communication protocols, you'll feel less anxious about disconnecting. After a month, you'll have trained everyone in your professional circle about how to work with you effectively while respecting boundaries. Now let me share some additional strategies that complement these core methods. The digital sunset ritual is incredibly powerful for those who struggle with evening work creep. 30 minutes before your intended bedtime, implement a complete digital sunset. This means all screens go off, including television, tablets, and phones. Replace screen time with analog activities like reading a physical book, journaling with pen and paper, doing gentle stretches, or having a meaningful conversation with someone you live with. The blue light from screens disrupts your circadian rhythm and keeps your brain in an alert, work-ready state. By removing screens, you're giving your mind permission to truly wind down. Many people resist this at first, feeling like they'll miss something important. But here's what actually happens. Your sleep quality improves dramatically within just 3 to 4 days. You'll fall asleep faster and wake up more refreshed. After 2 weeks, you'll notice your evening anxiety has decreased significantly. Your mind stops racing through tomorrow's to-do list because you've created a clear transition to rest mode. Keep a notebook beside your bed for any thoughts that arise, so you can capture them without reaching for your phone. Another powerful technique is the weekend project strategy. This involves deliberately choosing one meaningful personal project each weekend that has nothing to do with work. It might be learning to cook a new cuisine, working on a garden, practicing a musical instrument, building something with your hands, or exploring hiking trails in your area. The key is that this project should be engaging enough to fully capture your attention. When you have something exciting planned for the weekend, it becomes much easier to disconnect from work on Friday evening. You're not just stopping work, you're starting something equally engaging. This positive pull is much more effective than simply trying to resist work's push. Schedule specific time for your weekend project, just as you would an important meeting. For example, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is woodworking time, or Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. is dedicated to learning Spanish. After a month of consistent weekend projects, you'll rediscover parts of yourself that may have been dormant. Your identity expands beyond your professional role, which paradoxically makes you more creative and effective at work. The accountability partner system can dramatically increase your success rate with work-life balance. Find a colleague, friend, or family member who also wants to improve their balance. Set up a weekly 5-minute check-in where you both report on how well you stuck to your boundaries. Did you maintain your power downtime? Did you protect your weekend sacred blocks? Having someone else know about your commitments creates positive peer pressure. You might even create friendly competitions, like who can go the longest without checking work email on weekends. When you know someone will ask about your progress, you're much more likely to follow through. This system works especially well with a work colleague who understands your professional pressures. You can support each other in saying no to non-essential meetings or leaving the office on time. After a month of accountability check-ins, these behaviors become habits that no longer require external motivation. The micro-recovery technique involves building tiny restoration moments throughout your workday. Every 90 minutes, take a 2-minute micro-break. Stand up, stretch your arms overhead, take 10 deep breaths, or simply look out a window at something far away. These micro-recoveries prevent the accumulation of stress and fatigue that makes you less effective in both work and personal time. Set a gentle reminder on your phone or computer to prompt these breaks. During particularly intense work periods, you might increase frequency to every 60 minutes. The cumulative effect is remarkable. By investing just 16 minutes across an 8-hour workday in micro-recoveries, you maintain higher energy levels throughout the day. You'll arrive home with more enthusiasm for personal activities rather than collapsing on the couch. Research from multiple universities shows that these brief, regular breaks actually increase overall productivity while reducing stress hormones. The priority matrix revolution helps you distinguish between what's truly important and what just feels urgent. Create a simple 2x2 grid. The vertical axis represents importance, the horizontal represents urgency. Before committing to any task or request, place it on this matrix. Important and urgent items obviously need immediate attention. But here's the key insight. Important but not urgent items are where you should spend most of your time. These include relationship building, personal development, strategic planning, and preventive health measures. Urgent but not important items should be delegated or batched whenever possible. Not urgent and not important items should be eliminated entirely. Review your matrix weekly to ensure you're not getting pulled into the urgent not important quadrant, which is where work-life balance goes to die. Keep the matrix visible on your desk as a constant reminder. When someone asks for your time, mentally place their request on the matrix before responding. This simple tool helps you say no to requests that would compromise your balance without adding real value. The energy investment portfolio treats your energy like a financial portfolio that needs diversification. Divide your energy investments into 4 categories: work, relationships, health, and personal growth. Track where your energy goes for 1 week, then assess whether your portfolio is balanced according to your values. Most people discover they're over-invested in work and under-invested in other areas. Just like financial advisors recommend regular portfolio rebalancing, you need to regularly adjust your energy investments. If work is consuming 80% of your energy, that's not sustainable. Aim for a distribution that aligns with your long-term life goals. This might be 40% work, 30% relationships, 20% health, and 10% personal growth. Or whatever distribution reflects your priorities. The specific percentages matter less than conscious intention. Schedule regular quarterly reviews of your energy portfolio. Ask yourself whether your current distribution is moving you toward the life you want or away from it. Make adjustments accordingly. This framework transforms work-life balance from a vague concept into a measurable, manageable system. The physical space separation strategy is another game changer, especially for those working from home. Create distinct physical zones for work and personal life, even in small spaces. If you have a home office, that's ideal. When you leave that room, work stays behind. But even in a studio apartment, you can create separation. Use a specific corner of your dining table for work, and always clear it completely at day's end. Never work from your bed or couch, as these spaces should remain associated with rest and relaxation. Some people even use different user accounts on their computer, one for work and one for personal use. This digital separation reinforces the mental boundary. When you close your work account for the day, you're literally logging out of work mode. After implementing physical separation, people report feeling more relaxed in their living spaces because they're no longer surrounded by visual work reminders. The brain stops treating the entire home as an office and begins to recognize clear work and rest zones. The preemptive no strategy helps you protect your balance before it's threatened. Instead of waiting for requests that will overload you, proactively communicate what you can and cannot do. At the beginning of each week, identify your capacity for extra projects or meetings. If you know you're already at capacity, send a proactive message to your team. This week I'm fully committed to delivering on Project X and Y. I won't be able to take on additional tasks without impacting these priorities. This prevents the awkward situation of having to say no to individual requests. You've already set the boundary before anyone asks. Similarly, block out personal time in your calendar as busy time. You don't need to specify what it's for, just mark it as unavailable. This visual cue prevents others from assuming you're free. The preemptive approach feels less confrontational than reactive rejection. People appreciate knowing your availability up front rather than getting a no after they've already made plans assuming you'd say yes. The transition ritual amplification takes the basic transition concept and makes it even more powerful. Create a multi-sensory experience that signals the shift from work to personal time. Change your clothes, yes, but also change your environment. Light a candle with a specific scent that you only use after work. Play a particular playlist that signals relaxation time. Make a special beverage that you only drink during personal time. Some people even use different lighting, switching from bright white work lights to warm, dim evening lighting. The more senses you engage in this transition, the more powerfully your brain receives the message that work is over. This isn't just psychological. Research shows that multi-sensory cues create stronger neural pathways. After 2 weeks of consistent multi-sensory transitions, your body will begin relaxing automatically when these cues appear. The candle scent alone will trigger a parasympathetic nervous system response, lowering your heart rate and blood pressure. Let me share some specific examples of how these methods work in real life. Imagine it's Tuesday at 6 p.m. Your power hour boundary kicks in. You close your laptop, put it in your home office, and change into comfortable clothes. You light your evening candle, brew your special herbal tea, and spend 5 minutes writing tomorrow's priority. Then you head to the kitchen to cook dinner with your family, fully present and engaged because you've created multiple barriers between you and work thoughts. Or picture Thursday at 10 a.m. during your peak energy zone. You're working on an important project with your door closed and notifications off. You accomplish what normally takes 3 hours in just 90 minutes because you're working with your natural rhythm, not against it. Your colleagues know not to schedule meetings during this time because you've communicated your focus blocks clearly. On Sunday afternoon, during your sacred time block, your phone is in another room while you're reading a book in the garden or playing board games with your kids, completely absorbed in the moment without work thoughts intruding. Your family knows this is protected time, and they help guard it because they value having your full attention. Let me summarize what we discussed today. First, set a daily power down time and protect it fiercely with physical and mental boundaries. Next, map your energy zones and align your most important work with peak energy times. Then, create sprint and recovery rhythms throughout your week for sustainable performance. Additionally, batch similar tasks together to minimize context switching and mental fatigue. Also, invest 10 minutes each morning to set intentions and protect your priorities. Finally, establish and communicate clear protocols about your availability and response times. The most important thing to remember is that work-life balance isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Choose just one of these methods to start with today. I recommend beginning with the power hour boundary because it creates an immediate, tangible change in your evening routine. After watching this video, please take one simple action right now. Decide on your power down time for tonight and set a phone alarm to remind you. It only takes 30 seconds, but it could be the first step toward transforming your entire life rhythm. You might feel a positive shift within just 1 week of consistent practice. If today's content was helpful, please hit the like button so others can discover these life-changing techniques. If you want more practical solutions for life's challenges, please subscribe to the channel. Let's solve problems together and create lives that are both successful and fulfilling. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and remember, your balanced life starts with the very next choice you make.